Hello again. So I've got some late breaking news and I just stopped myself from digging right into it because I want to back up for a second and show you this exciting new development from the Hotwire team. So you can see I'm already getting into the documentation. Let's see here. Is this the landing page? Okay, Hotwire Native, a web-first framework for building native mobile apps. The current version is version 1. It's released today, September 25th, 2024. I was literally just, what was I looking at? I was looking at the documentation for Strada, whatever, however you say that. Now I don't see it, but I see native. The timing on this is crazy. At my day job, I was just talking about getting roped into some iOS development, which I haven't done in like 10 years, probably more. And so, you know, back in the Objective-C days, so ancient stuff that doesn't really apply to today. So I was brushing up on my iOS anyway. And I was thinking, well, if I'm brushing up on my iOS, it'd be great to get a handle finally on Turbo Native and all that stuff. So I was browsing the documentation, and this must have gone live just now, like while I was browsing the documentation, because I was looking at Strada, which I don't see anymore. Okay, it's still there. It's not there on the main Hotwire site, so maybe this is like the revamped version of that. I think native makes sense as a name anyway, so this is pretty cool. Like I said, the timing on this is ridiculous. You couldn't make this up. I had just gotten off a call with a coworker and I had just finished updating my Xcode and making sure I could build things and building the client project and all that. And I don't have it open still. Let's see. Yeah, the demo project, I just had that open. This is the Hotwire Turbo Native demo project, which I had just built. Yeah, so here I am, totally nerd sniped, but I'm pretty excited by this development. So I've already created a project like it says to create. If you're rusty as I am, you may appreciate seeing new project. You go to iOS, app, next, put in your information, yada, yada, yada. You pick a place for it to live. Pretty simple stuff. So we're gonna go to the scene delegate. I don't even remember any keyboard shortcuts in this thing. No, I don't want to print scene delegate. So I want this code. I want to, oh my Vim muscle memory is too strong. Let's see, Hotwire, what is it called? Native. Yes. So let's find, I've already forgotten what it's called. Scene delegate. It would be helpful if I spelled it right. Okay, I don't see a scene delegate. Maybe I created the wrong, oh, storyboard. It needs a storyboard interface. I probably killed it. I'm gonna have to make another one. See, this is exactly why I wanted to make this video, because maybe it will be helpful. Storyboard, right? Storyboard. Okay, let's look at the requirements here. Project, Swift under language and storyboard under interface. Create it right there. And now we have a scene delegate. Using a IDE with a mouse is so weird. Okay, replace that. Okay, that step is done. Let's see, put this over here. I'm gonna close this window. I'm going to put tutorial over here. Oh boy, I may have made a bad call. Let's put it right there. We're going to put the tutorial I mean the code over here. Oh yes, no such module, because I need to add this to yes. And the instructions said to change it to branch main. We're on the bleeding edge here. Storyboard, add. And the error goes away. Beautiful. Now I can run it. Let's pick, sure. It's on my other screen. So we're loading the app. Maybe. I'm excited. Feels so nostalgic to be using Xcode again. So we're gonna see something like this, which is the typical Hotwire demo, Hotwire Native, taking its time. So it's loading this. See a little loading thing. There we are. Looks like it all works just fine. Creates a navigator and routing the root URL. Change the URL used for the initial visit to point to your web app. Demo application server. Yeah, so I was looking at the native iOS demo app. Of course, this might not even be the same one I was looking at. Anyway, this is the bulk of the exciting stuff. I will, you don't want to see me just reading documentation and flailing my way through this. I very much have a learning style of do stuff first and see what breaks, and then look at the documentation and try to figure out how to fix it. That's just the way that I operate, for better or for worse. I think it works out pretty well. Anyway, that is how you get started with this thing, and the documentation speaks for itself. It's really good. If you read it and actually do what it says, that's the only lesson to come out of this. Yeah, it works great. I'm excited to play with this, and this comes, like I said, at a great time for me, because I was just thinking about getting back into iOS and adding that to the stack of Rails services that I already offer, and maybe adding a little bit of this to some of my coaching offers in the future too. So look out for more iOS content coming at you hot off the presses, like fresh documentation and everything that we're looking at here. Still can't get over the timing. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Be sure to follow, like, subscribe, do all that stuff if you want to see more about this or anything related to Rails. And I'll catch y'all later. Okay, I didn't want to leave you hanging. I kept reading through the documentation, and you'll see here, Strata didn't go anywhere. It's as I suspected. It's just been superseded by the new native module of Hotwire. So it is now called Bridge Components. So Strata components of your application are now going to be called Bridge Components, so now you can search for the right documentation if you're looking for something similar. It's pretty cool. It allows interoperability between your stimulus controllers and your native Swift code. So it builds a bridge between your native application code and your server, not your server side, but your JavaScript from the server. So that's that. This is all looking awesome. I've skimmed the whole thing. I'm kind of excited about building an iOS app now, or maybe even an Android app. So I just need the right app to build. So keep watching. Maybe we'll figure this out together.